Donald Trump was interviewed by his own daughter-in-law, and it still went bad. Here's Lara Trump praising Trump and talking about how great all the things he does are and how amazing everything is. And Trump can't even do it. And this sounds just creepy. Trump says he sees things in a lot of women that they don't even see in themselves. Ugh.
I think this has been sort of a trait of yours your entire life. If you go back to the Trump organization, you gave people opportunities that maybe they would never have taken themselves. And I feel like you've often seen things in people that they don't even see in themselves as well.
Especially women.
You did it for me.
Well,
I would say that for me as well. But
a lot of women.
Trump sees things in women that nobody else has ever seen. Wow. Creepy, terrifying. The topic of the Texas flood response came up. And let's see, can you even understand what argument Trump is making here?
There's been this devastation down in Texas, and you've said that from the perspective of the federal government, every resource will be available to Texas.
Yeah.
There's been so much heartbreak, though. What is your message to the people who are suffering down there, to the parents of the young girls at the camp who were killed? What do you want to say as their president?
Well, there can be nothing worse, losing a child to start off with. And the way this happened, there was very early warning. They warned a day before. They warned even 2 days before. They warned 4 hours before. Maybe they should have had bells or something go off. But it's pretty dangerous territory when you think of all the times that they've had this problem. They were given a lot of warning, but it was late at night and people were sleeping. Some people heard the warning and they got out. They were able to get to higher land. But boy, when you hear this wave that was up to 30 feet high just came roaring through that valley, it's just a very sad thing.
So I think what Trump's saying is, we did absolutely everything we could have done. Anything bad that happened is someone else's fault. It's either the people or the municipalities or the state, or maybe it's Biden's fault. Maybe it's even Obama's fault. Lara Trump continuing the journalism, saying, how do you feel about all of the people who call you the bodyguard of Western civilization? What a question.
Especially this last couple of weeks has been pretty amazing.
Some people have called you the bodyguard of Western civilization.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that title?
Well, I understand what they mean. It was going bad. We were going bad. This country was going bad. A lot of people were talking to China and others about getting involved because we were a dead country. We were gone. And in the minds of many, I tell you, in my mind, one of the reasons I ran, I saw what was happening very early on. When I saw people pouring across our border, I said, no, put up that little, it would have taken three weeks to put up little sections of wall that we laid out because of legal reasons, condemnation reasons, different things. And because we wanted to bring our equipment back in through the wall, because we built.
Just rambling. And this is supposed to be a softball interview. This is an interview with your own daughter-in-law. The premise of which is make myself as orange as I can, which Trump did, and make this as easy an interview as we can make it. And he's still not making any sense. The hard-hitting journalism continued. Lara Trump asking Donald, how did you create such an amazing cabinet?
You did it for me.
Well,
I would say that for me as well. But
a lot of women.
Your cabinet is comprised of so many incredible people, and people that even a year ago, so many would.
Is this a news or an opinion show on Fox? I have a hard time distinguishing.
Never have imagined, like RFK Jr., who a year ago was running for president as a Democrat. Why do you think you have this ability? And I feel like it has really been to your benefit. Look at this incredible cabinet you've put together. They're all people who are working to make America great again.
They've been incredible, actually. The cabinet's been incredible. And I had a lot of good people in my first term. But again, I came here. I had never done it before. And I'm picking people that I never heard of. And I'm taking recommendations of, people that were sort of stupid people, like a John Bolton. He's a stupid guy. Or Jesper, who was terrible. I mean, he was terrible. But I took some reclamation, but overall I got it right. I mean, we rebuilt our military. We did so many great things. But I now know the people. I know them so well. I know them better than anybody. You know, I spent 4 years with. Sometimes you hit and miss, and sometimes you don't. But we had great people the first time, but we have really good people this time, and they get along with each other. They love each other. They love the country, and it's smoother. I think it's smoother. You know, we did. A lot of people thought my first term was phenomenal. I did. I thought, you know, we.
Oh, God. How does anyone do this and feel good about it? And maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. How would you like to be remembered? She asks her father-in-law.
Just to wrap up here, you're talking about people not remembering. I don't think anyone will ever forget President Donald J. Trump.
Oh.
But when history looks back on this time in our country, when history looks back on you, how would you like to be remembered?
A good person, but a person that saved our country. I really believed our country was going down for the fall.
Wow.
I don't know if it ever could have come back. It was very close to the edge. And I really would like to be known as the man that saved our country.
Very modest perception, right? I want to be seen as a good person who saved the United States from certain destruction, which would have happened if Sleepy Joe was reelected or Kamala Harris had won. And then finally, maybe the pinnacle of journalism, Donald Trump telling Lara Trump that her husband is great, who, of course, happens to be Donald Trump's own son, Eric Trump. A true Walter Cronkite would have been sobbing tears of joy.
To see.
How important has family been to you? And I mean, I'm going to say the last 10 years in all of this.
Well, like your husband is great. I mean, he's great. Whether he was my son or whether he was an executive, you can't hire anybody like him. He's so good. And he runs the business, and Don helps run the business, and Ivanka is doing a lot of things. She's an amazing person, and she's a little bit involved, a little bit, you know, when they want words of wisdom or whatever. She's you know, she did a very good job here. She to say.
Referring to your own son as your husband, definitely an interesting choice. But this is what Fox News is presenting to us as an interview with the President of the United States. Everybody in any way involved with this interview should be hanging their heads in shame. But I think they see it as awesome, and they don't even realize that the softball interviews Trump still can't handle. Many of us know all too well about the sticking, rubbing, and chafing that you can get with traditional underwear. Our sponsor, Sheath Underwear, have created unique boxer briefs with multiple ergonomic compartments in the front, which prevents skin on skin, and that means everything stays separate, comfortable, dry, and cool. You will have a boost of confidence when you're out and about. I've known so many people who were skeptical about those compartments, friends who say, I heard that ad for Sheath, what about those compartments? And then they try it, and then they're amazed at the comfort and breathability when they finally try it. You will thank yourself. Plus, Sheath has brand new materials like bamboo and mesh for even more cooling comfort. They will be the most comfortable pair of boxer briefs you ever put on. No more sweatiness and chafing and readjusting, especially at the gym. It's a lifesaver. Give Sheath Underwear a shot. I've had a great experience. I think you will too. Head over to sheathunderwear.com/Pacman and get 20% off with code Pacman. The link is in the description.